NCRP Productions presents Catalyst Game Labs, Shadowrun, 6th Edition, Season 3, Episode 7.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunday in the Shadows. Today we're playing Shadowrun 6th Edition. My name is David, I'm going to be your Game Master, and we're going to quickly go around the table and introduce our players and characters, starting with Jelly.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Jelly, the elvish face of the group.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro. I'm running Hot Hands, the Hermetic Mage of the group.
Hi, it's Barry. I'm running MF, the Dwarven Adept.
Hi, it's Roberto, and I play Patrick Baker, the Street Samurai Troll.
Hello, this is Josh. I'm playing Nomad, the Elven Covert Ops Specialist.
Perfect. Well, last we left off, and you guys had traveled to a church that was under construction to have a meet with someone that was looking to hire someone to go into Cal Free State and do a job. Jelly has gone into the confession booth and been led down into a sub-layer of the church where you've carried on a conversation with an individual who was being interpreted for someone, and this individual is behind a semi-transparent sheet of cloth that you could only make it silhouette out, and it spoke a language that you didn't understand. You negotiated some terms and kind of came to some type of agreement on how to move forward. Meanwhile, upstairs in the main church area, I don't know, what do you call that? The main... in a church, what is that called?
The main body of the church, but yeah.
What is that?
Actually,
the cathedral,
there's like the pulpit is the stage.
Pulpit is up front, yeah.
But the
it's
area
just a
before, there's a
church,
word for it.
just the church.
There's,
In the
there's
pews,
a word for
like...
the main aisle, but
Okay,
not
gotcha.
like specifically the front. It's just the front of the church.
Okay, well, Hot Hands has gone up and sat next to an individual who was in the very front pew, just sitting there and had a short conversation with him, and that individual asked if the team was ready. And confused Hot Hands a little bit. But in that moment, the doors of the church come open. And for Nomad and MF, you turn and you look, and two humans dressed in similar business attire are dragging a severely beaten and bruised and kind of inflamed, bloodied, long-haired, appears to be a woman. What languages do you speak, Nomad?
I guess just, what's it called? Spirithial and English.
All right. And then MF, what language do you speak?
Japanese and Russian,
Okay. So
in addition to
the
English.
badly beaten woman, as she's being drug in, her heels dragging, they're kind of got, each one of these humans has got her kind of lifted up onto each arm. They're dragging in. The woman looks at you for some reason. Go and give me a memory test, Nomad. She says in Spirithial,
Oh boy.
very, very kind of beleaguered, says in Spirithial, beware of the gray.
Oh, 3. Yeah, 3.
Three? Okay. For some reason, when you see this individual, something, you feel like you've seen her before, but you don't know where.
You said she was Elven?
She's she's human.
Oh, okay.
She's human.
Okay.
But she says
she
in
just knew
Spirithial,
it. Yeah.
beware of the gray.
Well, and that doesn't ring any bells to me, the gray.
Okay. They drag her to the pulpit where Hot Hands is sitting. MF, what do you do? They're going to drag you past. They don't pay any attention to either one of you as they drag this woman past you.
They don't seem
I
bothered
watch.
that she spoke to me or anything?
Nope. They just keep dragging her.
Okay.
She says it very, I mean, it was like almost all she could to get that out. She looks like she's maybe on death's door.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, so
This is not our place.
Okay, and you're there as well. Patrick's
Yeah.
there as well. Sorry. They drag her up to the pulpit, and the old man who's sitting next to you says, with work come loyalties. Loyalties sometimes are tested. Show us that your loyalties are true. And he looks over at the badly beaten woman and says, finish her.
You want me to kill this woman to secure this job?
She's already dead.
She seems to be squirming to me. Oh, you mean metaphorically.
Correct.
Can we hear all of this?
I don't know. I know that you guys, we've talked a little bit about, do you guys keep that open channel?
We-
kind of
that's
thing
so-
about-
okay.
Expressly said yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay, all right.
Audio, yes. We have not
His eyeball.
yet, I think, said explicitly you are on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think on... Have we?
Nope, not
no,
yet.
he was not on it yet. That
Not
was
yet.
what we talked about.
Not yet, and we bring LT in and out
Yeah.
periodically.
The only thing we don't always have is Josh's eye.
So
Right.
I could imagine that
And
ours
here.
with Jelly isn't working, because I think you said there was some
There was something,
transmitter.
right, yeah.
So,
Okay.
So then-
But for those of you that are upstairs, you guys can go ahead and make perception tests to overhear the
We're not
conversation.
upstairs, right? We're downstairs in the back of the church.
No,
right?
you're upstairs in the main church congregation area where all the pews are. You're at the back the entrance.
Oh, okay.
This is a conversation that's going on up front by the pulpit, which is where Hot Hands
Oh,
is.
I thought you said we're saying
And
downstairs.
There is we called it a group chat where he is in, but he's not in the main one.
Yeah, okay.
I want to also make sure that I capture that section of audio from my cyber ear feedback before it cycles over.
Okay.
And lose it.
All right.
Yeah.
At least you capture that. Beware the gray.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'll even give Patrick, even though you're not on the channel, you might just overhear it. But you can give me, you'll have a higher threshold. But Pat, everyone can upstairs, so that's going to be MF, Patrick, and Nomad can make perception tests. So there's going to be a threshold of 2 for MF and Nomad. It's going to be a threshold of 4 for Patrick.
One success.
Does the church count as urban-based perception?
It is urban, yes.
So do we just roll the skill number?
Yeah. Plus.
Right, now, urban is out in the woods, right?
No,
Urban's rural,
urban just
yeah,
in the
sorry.
city, but I don't know. It's like
urban,
any
you're fine.
building.
Yeah, this counts as urban, yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, it's 4.
You botch? Oh, no, you botched, yeah.
No, this isn't my roll. This is my roll.
4, okay.
Yeah.
4. So you over here.
These are not my roll.
You over here, and you got 4?
4.
So you also hear the Jones say, sometimes loyalties are tested. And they drag this woman, and they're just holding her there. She's doesn't look like she would stand on her own.
Can I quickly flick on my googly eyes just to look at her? I just want to make sure if she's human or not.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and, so you astrally sense. Go ahead and give me a sensing test.
Also want to reach out to Jelly when I can.
I want to look at MF and Nomad and say,
Is this normal?
Well,
It's one of those instances where Jelly's not here to give orders. What do we do?
Is not normal in Russian church, but maybe is normal in the view.
You're
in
gonna
the bell?
feel so MF. You're gonna know that in some Russian crime mobs, this is a very standard. This feels like a that you
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know how churches work in the bell.
Right. Sure.
So in this case, this is an example of something I would image link to Jelly. Like if I could see the girl, I would zoom in on her on the ground, all bloodied and beaten up, and I would zoom in on my enhanced hearing, and I would open that.
But Jelly, how do you get that video feed? What do you use to receive that video feed? Do you have some kind of headwear or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna get the video feed, but you're not getting the audio because the audio is being basically disrupted by the white noise generator in here.
Whoa.
But you see what you see is a picture of a woman. Now, when you see it, you've met this person. It's Alejandra,
Oh, good. Okay.
and she's badly beaten.
They met her also.
I don't know. Did you guys actually
Yeah.
meet her? Oh, at the zoo.
Yeah.
At the zoo, yeah.
Do I see
We've
this
seen
as Alejandra?
her.
Yeah.
Give me a memory test.
We've seen her.
You've seen her. Yeah, you've seen her once.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
And see, I was unconscious for that fight.
You
I
weren't
think,
there.
so-
That one. This was in the very beginning.
In the zoo, I was there, but I
beginning.
got shot with a dart in the very
No,
beginning.
Wrong zoo.
No,
No.
wrong zoo.
This is the first zoo.
Oh, there was
When they
another
first
zoo?
took the job, they went to a zoo in public. Yeah.
When we did the
Okay. So
Memory
cool.
test
All right.
3
So
for
I'm
MF.
sorry. Yeah, I forgot that you guys had seen. I thought for some
I
reason
thought I
it was
met
the
her
other one.
somewhere.
You
not
met
that
her when
good.
we did the
A
exchange.
helicopter.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right. Okay, so you can go ahead and
Also-
give me a memory test as well.
I rolled it, but I didn't.
4.
Okay.
Remember
So,
anything.
even though she's beaten badly, you're like, that's Alejandra.
So I'm like, I imagine that he's kind of kicked back, arms kind of resting on the pew, and he says this, and I look, and I'm thinking, am I really about to kill a poor defenseless? And then I lean forward and I say, well, God damn, I'm sorry,
You're
Lord.
getting this in the video feed now, and you're down there kind of like trying to discuss his deal. Something's obviously going on
Yeah,
upstairs.
you can mute it. I'm just
There's
like,
a badly
No,
beaten
it doesn't have to
Alejandra.
be that. There's no vocal.
There's no audio. It's being
No audio.
disrupted
right,
down where she's
okay,
at.
right.
So I look over at this man and I say, all I need to do is finish that
Just finish her.
now. And I'll take my hat off. I'll say, would it be all right if I use this shotgun right here to do it, sir?
Yes, it would.
I take it out.
Hot hands. What are you doing?
You're all across from the
Yeah.
church.
No.
Oh,
No, yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
I
What
say,
are you doing?
You hear it. I'm about to get some justice for Cece is what I'm about to do.
Is Jelly says yes? Why do you shoot?
And I'll look back to where you guys are and I'll smile. I'll say, oh, Jelly's gonna want this one taken care of.
It's Jelly says.
I'll
Is
say,
killed?
and I'll look down and I'll say, yeah, I'll say Jelly says on this one.
Okay.
And I'll
She
just
kind of slowly
yeah.
looks up at you and says, beware the gray.
Say, howdy, ma'am. Well,
One eye is completely swollen closed. You know, looks like she's missing some teeth. I think she's been badly beaten.
Hot hands. One more thing. Why do they give this to you? You get deal? They expect something in return?
They're testing loyalty, but to be
But
honest...
wait. What do you mean testing loyalty?
To be honest, I'm gonna do this one anyway. It's personal, but this one,
Before you shoot, explain testing loyalty.
the man there said that, asked if we were ready for our mission,
And
and
we are.
said that we need to test our loyalty for this mission.
We do not do vet work for free, do we?
Well, I think in order to get this job we do, and Jelly seemed mighty happy with that paycheck,
Okay. You
And-
say Jelly,
and I'll-
say yes. You go for it.
I'll say, it's Alejandra.
Yes, I can see this too.
Well then, let's take care of
The
this.
two gentlemen holding her drop her
Yeah.
to the ground. She kind of falls forward, right? And that's where she kind of looks up at you, says that, utters that to you.
Say,
MF is not comfortable with
And
this.
she kind of grins the bloody smile, like almost like finally she's gonna get some peace.
say, said it before and I'll say it again. Fucking hate Greenpeace. Wham!
Green,
And I shoot her,
She says warp.
and then afterwards, I say, shit, Green War.
You hear a shotgun blast. Everyone hears the shotgun blast. It echoes in the chamber. You blast Alejandra's brains all over the pulpit.
I'll say, that one was for Cece.
Right.
Sorry, Lord.
And the two gentlemen walk over to the old man and help him up. The old man says, "Oh, I'm glad that we've reached an agreement.
Forgot I was in a church too.
I'll look
That's funny
forward
to me.
to I'll look forward to a prompt, secure delivery." And he gets up, and the two escort him out, or heading towards the exit, unless someone's going to stop him.
Delivery. What is he talking about? Did you get job?
I think we did. I'm guessing Jelly's securing the details.
So meanwhile,
What?
down in the basement,
So I hear the shotgun, not kind of like.
you hear the shotgun blast. You saw the video feed of Alejandra beaten, then you heard a shotgun blast.
Well, no, he's still getting
Oh,
feed.
so you're recording
Yeah.
this the whole time.
I
So
mean,
you
yeah.
watched this whole thing go down.
So was that your business? I'm assuming out there.
So you guys are kind of gone, you know, they've let you know kind of everything they need to know.
Yeah.
They also send you, and I've texted to you, you should have it on your phone, the actual map coordinates and the map placement and where the item of interest should be located.
In Cal Free State. Oh, damn, it went to Berto instead. Patrick's like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, you didn't get that. You got a different number. Your number.
Let's dox me on the podcast.
I'll try and send it again.
Yeah, I don't got nothing.
If not, it's here. I've got it.
Actually, from where Nomad is shooting effectively the camera shot, you'll probably see Hot Hands the whole time get the gun out.
Yeah.
She gets released. She looks up at him. You may not see her face grin, but then Hot Hands just blows her away. Boom.
So yeah, we've kind of finished
Right.
negotiations. I have the coordinates, and then.
When the shotgun blast goes
Yeah.
off, neither one of them seem moved. by it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that's them,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna. I can get you a confirmation by tomorrow if that works.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we already have an agreement.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Ask your friend,
That's my friend. Yeah.
the
Okay.
pig farmer.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time. The pig farmer. The pig farmer.
Right. Goes over and opens up the door for you to be led back
Yeah.
upstairs into the confession booth.
Okay. I'm keeping it together inside this church.
Okay. So Jelly comes out of the confession booth.
I'm just gonna kind of put my hands on my hips and just look at everybody.
Jelly, look, it's Alejandra.
So when you look, you see there's
Was.
what's left of someone up at the pulpit, and just the rest of your group. No one else up here.
I'm gonna like inhale and like do some like mindful breathing, and then I'm gonna stomp out of the church.
Okay.
I followed Jelly.
Yeah, I'll follow.
When Jelly starts leaving, I guess we'll go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Probably don't want to get caught here with a dead body in the church. Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna
So
walk-
everyone follows Jelly
I'll
out.
follow Jelly and I'll say,
I'll
Was
drop.
that supposed to happen?
Yeah, Jelly, The man said we had to test our loyalties.
Yeah, you make the deals.
No, I
You're
assume
deciding who's loyal to who.
Yeah,
well, you booked us for the job by doing that.
Well, not to mention who else we're on their list for
So now
this now.
we're locked in. I won't say that whoever.
You didn't already have that locked in.
Nope. No, I didn't. And on top of that, we had made a tentative neutrality with Green War, and now you shooting her in the.
In your defense, you did say that you thought they were Greenpeace. It's a completely different organization.
The narrator, that's true.
I hate Greenpeace. Damn.
He did follow it up by saying, I mean war.
Okay. That's awesome.
Now, we're booked. We're booked the gig. Do you know what we're doing?
I'm just staring at the two of them.
I'll say it will. I'm guessing that you're gonna tell us, Jelly. And I'll take my hat off and look down. I seem to have botched this one.
Shot Marvin in the face. Whoop, can't put her back together.
I want to walk up to Hot Hands and say,
You did say you would take the heat.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's news to everyone.
Okay. Well. Alright, tomorrow, what time is it?
It
Just
is,
after 6.
yeah,
Just after 6.
it's dark already.
Okay. And I can't remember when my.
In June? No,
Is it dark?
Probably
Sure,
is.
6? I thought it was later than that because it's nighttime. This
We
was a
went
nighttime meet.
into
Yeah.
the church at 6.
Okay.
So it could be like 7.
All right, sure.
So June, it's probably
Yeah, it's
still
later.
light till
It's
8
still
or
later.
8:30,
I thought it was later.
which means we can still do a Shadowrun.
It's dim light.
Sun's still up. We got
Is
time
there
to
a
do-
stuffer
we got time-
shack?
We got time to tip a stuffer shack.
Yeah, can we just go
Mess
rob
with
us?
some gangers.
Nothing bad can happen with just kicking over a stuffer shack, right?
Well,
It's
can you
easy.
really do a Shadowrun at night because there's no sun and so
You can't see most of the stuff. you get
Moon
caught.
shadows.
That's always been
Plus
the thing.
sleeping.
It's always been the thing, like, why do we do Shadowruns during the day? Or
Right.
There's neon shadows.
Yeah, I guess so, but
There's new neon shadows. It's that new neon.
yeah, okay. I'll buy that.
Soy neon.
Yeah, it's soy neon.
So,
Ah, no. I didn't write down my meeting thing. I think it's tomorrow morning now
you meet with who?
with Rim Job.
Rim job. It's rim
Rim
shot. Rim shot.
Better.
And he's hoping.
Oh, nice. Got a date with Rim Job. Oh, God, it's great.
Are you thinking of your date with that one guy?
I didn't write it down.
Yeah. I see what Jelly's got planned.
Oh, God, that's great. Here's a chip. That's fucking hilarious. Oh.
Leaving, I'm going home.
That was it. Yeah, so you've got a date. He's hoping that's the outcome.
I don't remember what it is. What is the question?
You were supposed to go to dinner with him, remember?
But then we
It's-
rescheduled.
Yeah, it got rescheduled. My memory is it got rescheduled out.
Yeah, you rescheduled it because
Right, we had this meeting.
Had this
But I
meeting,
can't
yeah.
remember if it was tomorrow night or
it is.
tomorrow.
It is. I believe it is tomorrow night,
I'm gonna
if I remember correctly.
quitting this game and this job. Okay. This is really. So, Jelly's gonna kind of like compose himself, and then. All right, we will debrief. It's Saturday, Sunday,
It is Thursday night.
It's
Thursday
Friday night.
It's Friday night. So your date was for Friday night.
Yeah, and then it got moved to Saturday night.
Okay, so it must have got moved to Saturday night. All right.
Sunday at 10 a.m. Meet in my apartment, and
Okay.
we'll plan.
So you guys go your separate ways at the church from there.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I go back to, I guess, my place and just clean my shotgun. And, yeah.
Okay. Everyone goes back to their respectful hovels, and we go
Sunday morning.
Saturday morning.
No,
Saturday morning.
It's Saturday morning at Jelly's.
10 a.m. Jellies.
Boom,
Well,
placard.
no, Sunday morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sunday
I'm-
morning?
Are you gonna do the
Oh.
rim shot date?
No, we're skipping past that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, the
skipping.
rim shot
All
date
right.
is something that's
All right.
So
So it's
you know
Sunday
what?
morning
I
at
think,
10.
You know, unless there's something, unless Jelly is looking for something specific out of rim shot within that date, we don't need to role play the date.
Nah.
You go on a date with rim shot on Saturday. He definitely makes many sexual innuendos in advance towards you. You resist. maybe, you know. But
Dot,
nothing
dot,
else
dot.
comes of the meeting other than
Yeah.
you're basically keeping that contact happy.
Yeah.
And actually, now that he's actually managed to secure a date out of you, he feels like he could get more. Right, so go ahead and raise the loyalty rate in a rim shot by 1.
Yes.
Hey.
Nice.
It didn't hurt that you kept calling him rim job all night.
Right,
Boy, how many
like,
of
wait,
these
am I
daiquiris
picking
have I
up
had? They're
signals
making these
here?
things strong. That's water.
So you do get that out of that meeting with him.
Okay.
So yeah, unless there's something specific you want to kind of grill him for, we'll move into
No.
Saturday morning,
Yeah.
10
Sunday
a.m.
morning.
Sunday, but yes.
Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Jillies.
Boom, placard.
Okay, so does everyone show up on time?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
early.
I mean, traffic dependent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I show up a little early because I miss my rifle, and it's been here ever since.
Do you have ride places, or do you need rides?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
My mom
yeah,
does,
I'll
yeah.
ask you.
If I get there and Nomad is already
Yeah.
there and has not been sleeping there, it's going to be my job to get there earlier next time.
Right.
Yeah, he
So is he there
gets
early?
that.
Nomad?
Yeah.
Well, you've been
Yeah,
staying
just-
there.
No, well, not
No, he
recently.
hasn't been.
So there was the week, and then the week was over.
Jelly
and
sort
then
of
we-
kicked
Well, we
you
said
out.
10 days,
Okay.
or did you say just a week?
Just a week.
So there were like a 3-day period after which I possibly returned. Well, I was assuming that once returned, Nomad was going to get bitched out for not following orders.
No,
so
no. we're
if that
moving
didn't
past
happen,
it. The vacation
okay.
is gone.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm not going to worry about showing up any earlier in the future. Because if he's living there, I can't win that one.
Right. All right.
And I show up just
For MF, it's been several days now since the Louisiana incident.
Oh.
You feel much better. No signs of the affliction have come back. You feel.
I keep testing my blood.
Yeah, you
and
feel confident that you don't have any strange, different, additives in your blood. Everything seems to have gone back to normal.
I'll do everything that I can to take, the scientific data that I can from it. It's not a whole lot that I can really write down, but I write down, how I felt,
Right.
what I was
Okay.
thinking, just anything that I can do to come back to in the future.
Okay. Did you get that other? You never got.
Did you get the
that,
text yet?
You never get that text. Huh?
I did not get the text.
So weird. I mean,
And my service isn't great here.
well, then it failed. Okay, then it failed here on the second time, but the first time it didn't say that it did. Let me just resend it. But this is the, that's the you get an aerial satellite photo of that. Mount Shasta is to the west. Right there. That's Mount Shasta. Oh, you just got it. All right, there you go.
Okay.
So you received that. You also received the coordinates to a warehouse in the Barrens.
And I don't know, is the warehouse like the rendezvous? Is that what I should assume?
You can assume whatever. You get that along with the satellite photo.
I text back.
It's like it's one of those like do not reply type things.
Okay.
You know,
Well, I don't know what the warehouse is.
I don't follow the rules.
So there's the Magical Lodge, is what I'm assuming. The
So when you
red
look when
dot
you
is.
look up the warehouse, it is a storage facility for things coming in out of the port of Tacoma. Actually, it's going to be a warehouse in Tacoma, right off the port. Makes more sense.
That's better than the Redmond Barrens.
Yeah, Tacoma's a huge port. Lots of ships and things like that coming in and out on a daily basis.
So it would be safe to assume, because the rendezvous point was 3 miles away, so it's not the port of Tacoma. The port of Tacoma is probably,
When you say rendezvous,
well, so you said there's an extraction point 3 miles away over mountainous terrain.
3 miles away from where you're at there.
From the dot.
That
Yes.
little dot on the map is your extraction point.
Oh, that is the extraction
Yep.
point. Okay, so the warehouse.
Or you're gonna assume that that's probably the extraction point. When you're looking at it, you're like, okay, this must be. That's either the location of the job or it's the location of the extraction point. One of the two.
What is in a 3 mile radius around that point?
It's nothing but woods and
Nothing
mountains.
but woods.
Yep.
Okay, and then so the warehouse he didn't mention us fencing it. We were just retrieving.
Bringing it back to them.
This should be theoretically, if we don't go off track, open and shut.
So, my understanding of events is that we collect the thing, we get the pickup, then we go to the storage facility at the Port of Tacoma.
Is that what you? If that's what you're interpreting. The message being delivered is unclear, so you'll have to figure out which way you want to try and interpret it.
Okay.
You might need to do some legwork to find out what is this place.
Okay, I see. I'm used to you just being like, here's everything. Okay, understood.
Different breed of employer.
Yes, okay. So,
And it should, it should come to mind that Alejandra was like, I think number 5 on Interpol's most wanted.
Yeah.
And it's just
She
strange
could've been worth
coincidence that they
something.
drug her in, and I mean, just wow, how does that,
Yeah.
that just leaves you with a lot of questions.
These guys kind of seem like people you don't say no to.
Well, I mean, people that are number 5 on the most wanted, you also generally don't say no to.
Yeah.
Right.
So then the person that can fuck that person over should be the person you say extra don't say no to.
We're not saying no to anybody. That's why.
It also, and
That's
also
what we learned.
resonates-
That's the lesson here. Don't say no to anyone.
It also resonates in your mind, Nomad, and in Hot Hand's mind. What did that mean? Beware the gray.
Yeah, when I can, I do share that with Jelly as well. That recording.
Gray.
Oh, if you share
Does
that
that-
with the group, I'll mention
Does
it
this
too.
mean anything to anyone? This is what she said right before Hot Hands blew her head off.
Does it?
I'll think of my arcane knowledge that I've gained in that
It
farmhouse.
doesn't mean anything to you guys.
The only gray I know is the grays. I'm pointing at the sky.
Well, I mean, wasn't the blight a little bit gray and black? I think they mean
Lots of things could be gray and black.
Nomad, you can make a memory test. Because obviously we know that there's some type of correlation between Green War's past and Nomad's past, according to Alejandra.
Wait, Mr.
2.
Sounds
2. No,
familiar.
doesn't ring a bell to you.
and I would have no way of knowing.
No.
I do have spotty memories and
You have
know,
strange bits of blank space in your
dreams
memory.
happening that
But
I
you know
don't.
you have suspicion that maybe you were once a member of some, I don't know, something. You were somehow related. It sounded like maybe it was just a big bluff, but Alejandra seemed to pose, the idea at one point that, that, hey, you have a traitor amongst your midst, or things aren't as they seem when it comes to Nomad. That's where Jelly kind of questioned Nomad in the field.
So in that sense, I probably feel like that there's a tragedy by losing that thread of potential information that we had sort of began to get on good terms with.
It's true. They did have a lot of answers to your past.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't get a bead on who these guys are associated with. Nobody that I know has any idea. And poking around apparently isn't a very good idea either.
Well, do we know anyone that can do any kind of matrix-based legwork and look up anybody beyond closed doors?
This is definitely where you guys would leverage your contact list and go, who do I know that might, know or, be in the know?
Yeah, so
Oh, I know an elf hacker.
Like a computer hacker?
Yeah.
That might be
Okay,
a good
what's
guy.
Remember
what?
you had given me that card, Snowflake?
Right.
Yeah.
Business
I haven't
card.
got a chance to call her because we were never in the Matrix, but I could
So-
call my hacker friend Snowflake.
And have the coordinates been shared, and are they outside of the matrix as we know it?
I would have. So when we're at the meeting, I'm gonna pull out my even though it's maybe not very future-y, it's like one of the photo projectors that has like the little cards.
The slide?
Yeah.
The slide projector?
I have a future slide projector.
You're an elf, so it's probably. Have you just had it that long?
I
Yeah.
haven't just had it that
Yeah.
long.
It's like, why upgrade it? This
Yeah.
gets the job
It
done.
works,
If
yeah.
If it works. Anyways.
Can't be hacked. It's true film.
Yeah.
It can't be
You're a
hacked.
purist.
It's true, it
Vinyl.
can't be
Yeah.
hacked.
Can't be
Okay.
And
hacked.
they burn really
And
easy.
then- Alright, so I'm going to show the coordinates. This is where it is. We're going to have to do a little bit of legwork to figure out whether or not this is the rendezvous point, the extraction point, or if it's the actual magical lodge within mage circles. Have you heard anything about a magical lodge?
Absolutely.
Well, no. Yeah, there's. I've heard a lot about
In
it.
this area?
They could be. A mage
Yeah.
could create
Yeah.
a lodge just about anywhere. It's something that a mage or a magically active, caster, or
Mage club.
practitioner of the arts uses to conduct their rituals and things like that.
Yeah, it's just. You could just build a cabin in the woods and that's a lodge. Like,
Well,
if
is
you're
there
a
any
mage.
kind of like mage yelp?
Well, I do know
Go on the mage boards.
a magic dealing orc who has some connections there, and maybe Snowflake could find some stuff on the Matrix, but
Yeah, do a little digging.
yeah, I could go always talk to old Druid.
So I am very confused. Was I this late? I thought meeting was at 10. I know nothing about what we do.
Well, in a nutshell, we've been hired and accepted a deal to go to the Calfrey State, retrieve a magical item, and I'm thinking potentially bring it to a warehouse in Tacoma, but I'm still working out the details on that aspect.
What is item?
It is a 8x4, approximately, skeletal remains.
I'll raise my hand.
8 foot by 4 foot?
Correct. What?
Okay, you said skeleton. I wanted to make sure it wasn't big enough to be another person.
It would be a tall person, maybe one of Patrick's kin, if possible.
Alright. Well, let's just not open this one.
I'm in agreement.
And where is?
It is in the fucking woods, in the middle of nowhere,
It is just in woods.
in a magical lodge.
So you look at it on the map, it is actually the Shasta National Forest.
It's west of Mount Shasta, and I'll click to the coordinate screen.
Mount Shasta. The one that's blowing up now.
It is erupting.
Yeah, the very same.
It's been erupting.
And is how far away?
Probably about 8 miles west.
And we know very about ash,
Well, I was
possible lava,
Quite
earthquakes.
concerned about all of these things, and in fact wasn't particularly convinced on taking the deal.
Not a lot of lava flow
Then-
coming from Mount Shasta. It's just spewing ash into the atmosphere.
So, why you take?
Yeah, why did I take it? That's a great question. Why did I take this job?
I
I'm
asked
just
same
gonna,
thing.
Grab like a vase and throw it against the wall. I'm gonna smooth down. Okay.
It's not good vase.
Not the best timing, you guys, but I also want to mention the possibility of this being a setup. I mean, think about it. Anybody could have recorded that footage just like I did and leaked that to Green War. We could be on the hook for...
What footage?
And I'll just send it back again.
Is that the one where he shot? Oh,
Yeah, blown away.
yes,
by the
is
that
bad.
footage?
Yeah, very bad. Very.
I'm just saying, why bring her in there and have us do the job? Right?
I mean, they're-
For
in
no
front of me.
pay. I remind, no pay for vet work.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons that they could be tied up. It could just be a show to say, we know you're in this pocket, but it's very easily exploitable. It could just be that they have separate beef.
Did we
Well, I
get
don't like it.
monies? How much?
So I already passed along, I want to say it was 10K last time.
Yeah, because you were given 50,000 just for the meet.
Yeah, so everyone has 10 currently.
Yes.
And then additionally,
How much is job we go back into Calvary State?
well,
And I may I remind is bad.
60 a person.
Okay, it's not so bad. So 60, we go into woods, we pick up very large skeleton, we bring back to maybe their house. This is job, yes?
Well, I know 3 things. I just don't know where the 3 things are. I know there's a lodge. I know that there's an extraction point. I know there's a storage facility. Logically, I'm assuming that they're asking us to take it to the storage facility. I'm gonna have to find that answer out.
But so you say lodge. We take from lodge?
Yes, it is.
So we
defended.
take, and I'm looking right at Hutton. So we take from magic lodge.
A
What
very
goes on in lodge?
Bad things.
Well, usually, well, not necessarily. It
This
could
mage
just be.
has been described as an unruly mage,
Is one mage?
at least.
So you
We
know
don't know anything.
you don't know the name of this mage?
I sure don't.
You were told that it was a particularly unruly mage and you that expect to encounter a high amount of resistance.
So may I remind, these two no, but you two remember. Remember what mage did? Little girl with no powers, with no training? This is one, maybe more mages pissed off.
I'm throwing another vase.
It's got like a whole back room full of vases.
Why do you have all these vases? Oh, they're for jellies.
Oh well, this sounds like a shit show. You know what, guys?
This sounds worse than last one.
Let's.
It's better pay, but it's still not good. I leave job. I leave simple, calm, not get killed, not get taken over, except by boredom.
I'm thinking Expendables where, the one guy's like, I need more money for my family. I'm like, what family? I'm the shortest. I have to do that much more work.
Right. I have to do twice as much work. I'm half
Twice
the
as much
size.
work, half the size.
Well, either way, I don't particularly want to try to renegotiate this contract. I feel
Okay,
like those
so
guys-
how we get down there? We not hop on Nomad's bike.
No,
At least
no,
Pedro
that would
no.
exceed the weight allowance by far.
We take Hot Hand's truck. People ride in back.
Why not
It's-
take-
It's not good with
The helicopter.
with.
We could take the helicopter.
I mean, this is exactly what the helicopter's for.
Yeah.
Can helicopter go in ash?
I think that LT could probably pilot through lava.
LT would know.
Yeah.
And when you mention LT, you'll notice I'll calm down a little bit because at least one piece of this I feel like it's going to get taken care of right.
You know, actually, I think I'll drive. We don't need to bother LT with
He's
this.
like, I always wanted to fly one of these.
Well, LT has the helicopter.
You slept in a Holiday Inn Express last night? You're ready?
Ready. Well, this kind of seems
Do
like
do
a
we
little
have
fishy.
satellite photo active now of area? Maybe
That's what I was hoping
the
someone
check.
could get off the Matrix. I mean, this might not be recent.
Now the coordinates are on this.
You pull up a similar photo.
Well, I want
What you
like the
got?
actual number,
What?
like the coordinate number.
Yeah, you can get it.
How about active? If we get active, is covered by ash, or if we get satellite?
You're able to get some more up-to-date photos that do, depending on, you're able to find some images that show the level of pollutant in the air, that makes it much more harder to see, but you're also able to find some enhanced photos, higher detail photos that are actually, layering out the ash and showing just the landscape terrain.
Okay.
Which is
And
what
I'm
Jelly
assuming
found initially.
with those,
Recent
we're not
intel.
seeing the lodge.
You're not seeing the lodge, you just see the woods.
And the general area of the coordinates that Jelly puts up there, we're just kind of seeing the woods, but we're not seeing them direct. We're seeing them basically rendered by peeling back the other layers. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And how are the roads into that area? Are we going to be footing it?
You're going to be footing it for several miles, but there are some look like maybe old logging roads that may have existed at one point that are no longer in use. It is a national forest, which is pretty large. So who knows what what manner of egress you're going to have.
So,
And on this map, where is extraction? How far is from this point?
what I was told was it would be 3 miles from the lodge.
In what direction? And if Jelly tells me, I'm going to span out there with the whatever it is, Google Earth. I don't know if that's what it is, but
Mapsoft.
The only thing you're going to see with Google Earth basically is you see about roughly 3 miles to the west is a very small reservoir, man-made reservoir that is there that looks like it's got a space big enough to land a small aircraft. Like if you were to land your helicopter, you could probably land your helicopter there. It's clear enough. The rest of it's very dense woods.
so if we get in, they extract.
Yes.
That makes me nervous.
I'm very fucking nervous about this whole entire thing.
You have a way to contact? Maybe you ask, we go in, we extract, we come and drop off. And in process, you verify where we drop off? Maybe?
Yeah, I may have a number if they haven't disconnected it already.
Okay. I'm going to sit on the couch now.
I'm gonna go into my room and I'm gonna call the business card that I have.
Okay, you were given the business card by who?
Mr. Albers.
Mr. Albers, the one who set up the. So you're gonna call the number, Mr. Albers. Just remind me. He was the.
So he was the dude in the suit. He gave me the initial check in the meeting. He told I called him and they said to come to the church.
He's the fixer, basically, that set up the meeting. All right, so you're gonna call Mr. Albers. Okay. Mm-hmm. He answers. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Albers. We're finalizing some of the details for our contract.
I'm
and
sorry. Which contract are you referring to? I've got several.
Certainly, it is a.
One moment, please. I'll put you on a brief hold. All right. He comes back. He says, "Now, please speak freely.
Thank you.
This is a secure line.
Wonderful.
I have many contracts in my engagement. Please be more specific."
Regarding the package pickup on Mount Shasta,
Yeah, Shasta. He's like, clacking on some keys. He's
some
like,
remains.
yes. The meeting that I set up.
Yeah.
Oh I hope that went well for you and that it's going to fall under the confines of your capabilities.
I certainly believe so. There's just a few finer details that I'd like to.
Oh, what are those?
Are you the appropriate person to answer these questions? I don't want to bother you if you're
Well,
busy.
maybe. I mean, typically, I just I'm more of a matchmaker, if you will. But
Sure.
I mean, what's your question?
So, I've received some data, some images, and I'm just trying to, as you can probably assume, a Mage Lodge isn't on any convenient maps. We have a point on Mount Shasta, but I'm not certain if it's the extraction point or if this is the suspected location of the lodge?
Look, I want to stop you right there, sir. You know, it's nothing personal, but I'm not in the business of understanding details of the work that gets done outside of the contractual obligation that I invest myself in. You know, I'm just, it's best that I don't know, really, is where I like to, you know, draw the line in the sand.
Understood.
I can, at best, I can try and maybe develop some type of additional meeting that you might be able to get your questions answered. But usually, you know, I'm kind of more of a one and done kind of thing.
Understood, and you know, I apologize for the inconvenience. I just, you know, want to make sure we have a happy client.
Well, sure, and you know, I'm sure that, you know, in your line of work, I'm sure that those discrepancies are things that are best worked out between people like yourselves and their you know, respective clients.
I think that's definitely accurate.
But what I'll do is I'll try and retrace my steps a little bit and see if I can't get you some type of clarification meeting of some kind, and maybe help you along. But this is not something I normally do, you know. So, you know, I'll see what I can do for you. You know, I hate to ask. Well, I don't really hate to ask. I mean, typically I pay for my time, and this is a little outside the scope.
Certainly.
You know, so how badly or how quickly do you need this meeting?
Well, I suppose it'd be pretty soon would be best.
Like sometime next week. So let me see here. So like, how about Thursday? I got a Thursday 11:45. You know, that I'm open to do some legwork for you, try and set something up.
I don't think that they mentioned like a time.
It really falls on your schedule. I just, you know, how badly do you need me to devote my resources to this effort? You know, I could get to work on this right away for a nominal fee, or you know, I can, you know, just have it in my queue and get to it as, you know, on a 1-for-1 basis.
What's your rate for an urgent issue?
Like 24-hour turnover time.
Sure.
My base rate it'd be like 8 hours of work, so that'd be 5,000 new yen.
Okay, I can definitely accommodate that.
Okay. Here, I'll send you the destination to transfer funds, and I'll get to work right away for you.
Sure, I appreciate you going out of your way for this. This is really excellent.
Okay. I hope it works out for you.
Thanks. Have a nice day.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah, I'll wait for your call.
Okay. All right. So you get done with the call.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna like think about this without them in the room. So, no, I'm gonna go back out. Okay. So, setting up a meet to answer some of our other questions. So let's keep working through this. I want to make sure we don't have to have any additional meetings. So we're gonna find out. Hopefully.
I'm just staring at you at this point.
Just kind of looking back. Yeah, it's messy. Okay, so you're gonna talk to your elven hacker to find out what is your plan. I'm interested in what we can find out about the lodge.
Okay. I'll use my resources to see if we can find anything.
Heads up, is that I had my guy look into this and he's on the run now. So if this snowball or whatever,
Snowflake.
sure. If she's someone that you have a personal relationship with, maybe think about this a little more.
Nah, I think she'll be just fine.
Okay. And then, do you have any mage contacts, MF? I know you're...
Mage?
Yeah, in your travels.
No, he's mostly to work with Evo. He's reporters.
What about
This type.
environmental, what's the word? It starts with an S. Surveyors. Ones that maybe have done some kind of, I don't know, environmental impact reports on Mount Shasta.
No. I have friend who is at Mitsuhama. I know reporter. I know bouncer in the nation.
Do you have access to any collegial records? Like, I mean, any universities that you've worked with?
You mean, can I go to library and look stuff up? I can do.
Okay, I'm thinking that we should find out everything we can about this maybe 5 square miles of Mount Shasta. See if anything is floating around about it.
And you know, hot hands, that anyone can set up a mage can set up a lodge anywhere.
Yeah.
They can just walk it. You could walk out today into the woods and start setting up a lodge. If you've got the materials, you can start setting that thing up today. It's like setting up a tent out in the woods.
Yeah. So it'll just be me seeing if I've heard of anybody that's unstable or doing anything wacky.
And it's literally like setting up a tent. It doesn't have to be like a building with specific
it
things.
Could be a grove of trees, you know.
I'm thinking because...
You want me to go scout it out?
I think we should hold off on letting them know someone's looking until we have exhausted our other options. Because I think if we start poking around, it's going to send up warning flags.
They will have googly eyes of their own.
Correct.
Yes, and also in area is maybe not good. You run astral.
Yeah.
Is too close to time in New Orleans.
I'm thinking that whatever they have, whatever these remains are, it sounds like they're really important to the mage who runs this lodge. And I'm thinking they probably have.
Maybe we seek about this. 8 foot tall is not dwarf, is not elf or human. So is troll, is maybe orc, or is other creature.
I've thought about that. I've also thought about Mount Shasta and what other animals.
How are we moving the bones?
That's why you're here, Patrick.
Well, I guess we'll need a really big duffel bag.
Is also curious is size. When you say human skeleton or skeleton of upright hominid, you say 8 foot tall. You don't say 4 foot anything. 4 foot wide, 4 foot thick. This is weird. Is maybe still encased in block?
Yeah.
Is
It could be encased. It could be inside of like a crate. It could just be a really large.
his remains in 8 foot 4 crate.
Could be.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're going in pretty blind.
And is we don't know how heavy. If
No.
if very heavy, do we have dolly?
How much can your spirit friends lift?
I was just gonna look at.
We don't need a dolly.
And
They could potentially lift a lot, depending on the type of spirit and how strong it was.
Yeah, I could raise like an earth spirit or something
But
strong.
the thing is, if this thing is more than a ton, I don't know that we'd be able to lift it on a helicopter or whatever anyways. So I'm assuming whatever it is can be airlifted since that's what they set up.
well, we don't know how they airlift. Maybe they airlift on air elementals. Yes, is right word. Air elemental.
I mean, that's their business how they get it out of there. We just gotta get to
No,
it.
is ours
I
too
think
because
it
we
is our
go
business.
with.
You said,
think-
oh, we're going with them.
Well,
If extraction works the way we told, yes, we go with. So if he's heavy is important.
I know that rural jobs aren't your thing, but this is what it is. Do you have any input on any of this? Any ideas for scouting without getting caught by the unhinged mage?
Is maybe in brain holes you have time in and around Shasta?
Your
Well,
brain holes.
Grain ward, holes I say wrong.
Are
Holes
we-
in memory?
Do we have known intel that indicates the blight is present in this region? Because if not, we could send a drone overhead and gather some up-to-date footage that way.
You have drone?
Per our we just pulled survey photos that are more recent. Were they blighted?
What's that?
Is that area in
I
the
think
blight?
Shasta's
Yes, it is.
blighted down.
Yeah.
So that answers the question.
So I wonder if there's some kind of report done about the blight in that area. That could be another area.
Is no reports yet, right? Is new?
Someone is in there looking. I'm
Is
certain.
you? No, I mean like survey, geologic, environmental, possibly national forest or forestry of.
Is there forestry in Shadowrun? Is there like a national parks? And are they run by?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've just been broken up by the different nations, probably.
So maybe your hackers should. What I'm thinking is that if it's in the national park, there's park rangers who work with it or around this area. And if there's a mage in the area, maybe they have notice of that. Maybe there's unexplained areas they can't get to, but there would be reports about that.
Is more concerned because everyone in Blight is move out, is evacuated.
Even the park rangers?
Is everyone? Whole city we go to is empty. We go right in nice hotel. Nice hotel have chomp zombie.
So then maybe okay, so that could work in our favor though. 'Cause if
Good,
there's-
good, has
if
good.
there's nobody defending the computers, then I mean, it's possible that this mage's law just cropped up after the blight, but it could have been there for years. So there could be pre-existing knowledge on it that's
Yes.
undefended right now. So
If hot hands, if you set up lodge, for what purpose? Why you set up lodge? Why set magic lodge to begin?
If I had to take a guess on what this person's doing, if they're dealing with some kind of giant corpse or bones. They're probably trying to perform some ritual they think is gonna do something.
You are thinking maybe like Nephilim?
Oh, I have no idea what the hell could be in there. I could
Say
just
Nephilim? Like
Yes.
angels?
Is baby between angel and human?
Are angels canon?
I'll look at the giant troll before me.
Is
and
in
say,
Bible,
"That's
is not in
ridiculous."
canon, is in Bible.
Oh, biblical.
Yes. Where else?
Biblical canon.
Where else is?
I don't know. There's all kinds of shit walking around Seattle.
Is you see Nephilim in Seattle?
Maybe.
I have no see. These I would like to see. This I very much would like to see.
Okay, so
Side quest, find Nephilim.
Is maybe is people says is Goliath in the story of David is Nephilim. He's big. He's not 8 foot. He's big. He's giant.
let's circle back to the topic at hand.
Yes, but if we could find Nephilim, it would be big. Would be monies like Dead Dragon.
Okay, well, again, let's stay on task.
Okay.
We'll keep a Nephilim plan as a backup.
So, okay, so you're gonna reach out to your hacker friend, see if you can get the survey reports for the area.
Can you not
Yeah.
just pick up and call now?
Let's see if we have anything else for them before we call.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we have the coordinates, we can also perform some recon once we're there. Kind of see, what's going on before we just bust in there.
And that could be good for you.
If we've learned anything, is that we need to stop and think and think and think and think and think, then act. So I think you're right.
Is 6 things?
6 things.
At
Is
least.
things? Okay.
Minimum.
More is fine.
Okay.
I think the last time you gave us that speech, you were on 5 things, so.
The drone. Do you think that this is something we could get in and out without it being spotted? Is there
Well, we
camouflage?
need the matrix access for the drone, so if that's unreliable, then we're out of luck.
Like-
Is Matrix in National Forest anyway?
It's
I think
everywhere.
under normal circumstances, I
Well,
think.
typically, no. There are areas just like cell service, things like that, where you don't have the connectivity because there's no need to.
So there's satellite phones. Is there satellite matrix?
Yeah.
There's satellite connectivity in certain areas, yeah, because you connect via satellite now.
So could we get one of those things?
You can, well, you've got satellite imagery of the location.
Yeah, but we're looking for satellite for matrix access within the park.
Wouldn't give you matrix access
It wouldn't give us matrix access. Okay.
because there's no matrix there.
Right. There's no like matrix extenders.
No, you're like you'd see the matrix kind of like a landscape where you wouldn't see any of the hosts until like you got to get closer to the city and civilization where you start seeing hosts. So those hosts cost a lot of money to put up.
So that's not an option.
So another question is, do we have a way to battle Mage? If he's Mage, I remind little girl.
And
If
could
he's
it be more
mage-
than one mage? Like a lodge to me sounds like there could be more than one mage.
I
Maybe
think we
there's.
should
Do they-
anticipate.
Do they usually band together, mages for lodges?
commons?
They can.
They can,
It's
but
uncommon. Yeah.
I would think if this is an unhinged mage, I would think it's probably one acting alone.
So still is one little girl nearly destroy everyone.
I
so
mean-
how do we stop?
Is there any kind of like armor that?
Yes, is magic armor?
I do believe there is armor that protects it. I was actually looking at
Can
that.
you make?
Oh no, this is like some high level. I didn't have the funds to buy kind of armor.
We would have to buy.
Yes.
So again, we spend everything to do run.
no.
Well, here's the thing: is that they did say something about.
I also have a lot of grenades too now.
Is grenades is better against mages than bullets?
Covers an area.
So if multiple mages.
It's like a non-magical fireball.
Yes,
I think you can't counterspell a grenade.
Did
yes.
it say something about bankrolling whatever's needed to get in there? But
Oh, they did mention that.
so I'll bring that up in the meeting. Okay, so the mage, how to deal with. So let's talk about what we did wrong with Aaron, the small mage. is...
What happened with the small mage?
They took over MF, and then he started shooting everybody.
It's because I had previously had to use all my magic. I believe that was the motel incident, so I was pretty wise.
was little, how you say, beach.
Yeah, it was a little kid. She was a good kid, but
No, she was not good.
We need the element of surprise,
Gotta
because
fire
if
a
they
little,
can
yeah.
see you, they can control you. So we need to take advantage of
Without
our
destroying
initiative.
the lodge initially.
The point is, you guys kind of need me to see where the magic's coming from.
So we just need to kill the mage before it kills us.
Yeah.
And let's talk about, like, if you were to defend a magical lodge in the woods, what have you got going on?
Oh, well, it depends on how long I got and what my resources. I mean, really what you'd want to look for is a combination of good old-fashioned homegrown traps as well as the magical type, because you want to be able to keep critters out and people, but also you don't want to blow your best fireball sigil on a squirrel. So, you know, you got to pick your battles.
You know that lodges can be in one of a few ways. They can be strictly on the physical plane, where they're like a physical lodge, creating a physical barrier to
I don't like
make
this.
it difficult for people to see through or to enter just physically. They can be strictly purely magical and exist on the astral plane and create an astral barrier, but they can also be dual nature, where they exist on both the astral plane and the physical plane at the same time. And they can also, magical lodges also show up on the astral plane as magical essences.
That's
They have an astral signature.
Anybody have, like, someone they don't like that's a mage?
But
Does anybody have someone in their life that they don't like who also is a mage?
I like hot hands.
Yeah, I could take him or leave him.
I mean, the only other mage I really know well is my brother, but...
And you know, like brother?
No, we're good. He's just kind of uppity.
Okay.
He went to big school.
The only way to see if it's dual natured is to look at it with your googly eyes,
Yeah.
You'd have to astrally project and
which is dangerous in its own sense.
If I remember right, there's goggles we can get to...
there's mage side goggles. That you
Yeah.
can buy.
Hell expensive.
They're very expensive, but then you'd have to go there and then find it and look at it through the mage goggles.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So, wait, how much are mage
So
goggles?
you,
Look it up.
I don't remember.
I'll
They're
look it up.
really expensive. If I remember
But I
correctly.
mean, as a mage, the idea of a mage using mage side goggles is a little bit like. Why would I use
It'd be
mage
for
side
these. It'd be for these
So-
nerds.
And then they have these grenades that are made of like little fungal particles that whenever you have the mage sight goggles on, because the fungal particles
Highlights
are
all the-
alive,
yeah.
it's like literally obscuring your astral vision because it's a bunch of auras all colorful in your vision, you know?
So we could use that to our advantage, though. It would just take out hot hands.
Yeah. Well, look, when he's astrally, you know, if we could use it to somehow obscure his astral reconnaissance, perhaps. But I mean, I think that would be indicative of
Did
I
you
also-
not
presence.
say chameleon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hard
You
to
said
see
before.
in the astral plane.
I mean, are you willing
Except for whatever hits in New Orleans.
Well, yeah, but that was a creature. I mean, I was out in the open.
And
I
you've seen,
guess.
in your time spent in the astral plane, you've seen spirits before. You had never been attacked by
Yeah.
one before.
Could you you say is in astral is very very fast. Is I take some class, I understand the tiny bit. Can you fly there, fly back? Just
Oh yeah, it would take me barely any time.
maybe do and just see if thing. Yes.
How long does it take for them to notice you? The same amount of time? If it's dual natured, would they automatically know that you were there?
Oh no, well they would need some kind of warden or to be looking for me.
Which
Like,
they could potentially have. So if they're looking for you, what do they see? What does this chameleon thing mean?
well, it means that I'm harder to see, just in general, my aura for them. I could see creatures a lot easier, you know,
So
or
let's say
normally.
that they catch you and
I run, and I'm hard to track. I zippity zap down
And this
that
is
way
part
and
where I ask is fast. Is go, is come back. Is no
As
screw
long
around.
as you guys don't move my body,
no, we know that.
I should be able to zip back in a zigzag formation and confuse the hell out of them.
Okay, let's keep that in our back pocket.
So if something bad happens to you while you're in there, how do we know?
He dies.
We don't.
Yeah,
he
you'll
gets bloody nose and dies.
You'll see me stop breathing, so, you know.
I do make a mental note about Hot Hand's statement about don't move my body, just in case I ever encounter an enemy mage who's actually projecting.
Good thinking. So Hot Hands is dual natured, is that right?
No.
No. So if something is dual natured, it exists in the physical world and in the magical
I mean,
world.
they will
At
always
all
see
times. The
both,
premise
yeah.
of dual natured is at all times. They can't not be.
Are mages ever dual natured? No.
Not as we would
Not
see.
human mages.
Right.
Okay.
Not humanoid game player character type.
Dual-natured creature that had magical spell-casted abilities, you know.
Like a dragon. would
Yeah, like a
be.
dragon or a dual-natured
And
creature.
any race can be a mage?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Okay.
Either awakened or mundane, so.
Okay. So, some of the things you're asking your hacker is for the survey reports from the Mount Shasta park rangers. Also, you're going to feel out if there's any noise of a lodge in Mount Shasta.
Wait a minute. You think is maybe lodges is there for a long time, longer than Blight?
It's possible. We don't know anything.
I'm gonna hop on the net. I'm sure there's a place that I can go that what I want to find is effectively the National Enquirer type thing for that area, or I want to do a search within National. I don't know what it is these days.
Tabloids.
Right, but do a search in there looking for weird shit that happened inside Mount Shasta.
Okay.
All right. Other than I know there's the one with the lizard people one, the alien lizard people. I forget their names, but yeah, I'm gonna look for stuff in there because I mean, if there's a lodge there and weird stuff goes on,
Okay, so
Greater chance to
go
be
ahead and
there.
give me a electronics
That's a good
roll.
idea.
I think
Or
that is
computer.
a great idea. I'm going to put a gold star on your pocket.
I'll look at it longingly.
well, not too bad. That's
I
two.
haven't got a gold
Two?
star in a while.
You find some buzz around several of the tabloids. It's kind of like the Shadowrunner's Enquirer, right? The Star, you know, talking about ancient dragon bones, or dragon remains found, in the Shasta National Forest.
Yeah, how big are they?
And then is it like a cover-up type thing? Or like, why is that not national news? Why is it National Enquirer news?
Right. It's tabloid news. It's all kind of hearsay.
Is there
But
like
but people are talking about it like, if it was a dragon, then there'd be no way. Blah blah. All these skeptics and all this stuff. And they think people are just using the blight in California to attract attention and.
So this is since the blight happened. There's bones.
It's a recent tabloid. There's several actually.
And my memory in game, we know Hot Hands' vision, right?
Yes, we do.
All right. So once I start reading that, Hot Hands is interesting thing here. It says dragon bones is found in Shasta. Now you say creature the dragon was killed. Yes, in dreams.
Yeah.
What if dragon was killed bones long ago? 100,000 is could be.
Is
I
there a way
hadn't
for you to,
considered that.
get like a scale from visions?
If he is well now see, dragon bones may be fit in 8 foot by 4 foot box.
It doesn't
And-
necessarily have to be an entire skeleton. It
No.
could be a leg bone.
Could be just head.
Okay.
And in
Because
my
it's big. How big is you don't know exact, but how big seem dragon? I've seen picture Lofweir. His head very big.
do I think
Dragons can alter their size. They can be
Yeah.
anywhere from, a lot of times dragons will walk the earth in a different form. They don't, Lofweir is he has some notoriety for staying in his natural form, which he's a very large dragon. And he uses that as a fear tactic to kind of get his way. But a lot of Dunkelzahn, a lot of the other dragons will take human-type forms to associate with the public and things like that. Depending on what it is, whatever their agendas are.
I think a dragon, reasonably could fit in that size, and I guess it would make almost more sense of that vision happening in the past than it to come. And if it did happen, I think the world would know.
And could
No,
you-
if it happened 10,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, no, no one would know.
If it
Is
happened,
dragons maybe is immortal elves, but not.
Can you use magical remains to boost anything? I mean, would a dragon skull do something for you? as a
Fetish?
mage?
I think that any
Sensitive.
Jelly, to be honest, I think any kind of magical writing or word that would be any kind of truth to dragon bones is probably not going to see the light of day easily. They could be used for anything, in my opinion. I mean, who knows about dragons besides dragons, really?
To my knowledge, there's nothing in game anywhere except possibly that picture from the missions module that suggests there are dragon bones in anything, right? Have you ever seen, to your memory? I've never seen anything in Shadowrun.
Because like when they die in game, like they get like something crazy happens.
I don't
right?
know, but
I'll say the death
Yeah.
or appearance, death or emergence of a dragon is
huge.
it's a big it's a worldwide event.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
yeah.
We know
so-
that already.
Right.
So in character again,
But you also know that this this blighted area of California is a huge anomaly, and you don't know what the effects are on the things that are going on inside.
I mean, a dead dragon bringing some kind of ancient plague to the land does seem to fit.
is possible, but is also think is no bones in any museum, no in New York, no in France, no in England, is no bones. So if is no bones, bones would be
Hot Hands, you remember?
so much money.
Tell me what you remember of your vision.
I mean,
From what I remember in the vision, I swear I remember a small lizard, a smaller one, like growing larger and then attacking and killing another dragon.
So give me a memory test.
Yeah. I think I have it written down somewhere, but
I'm assuming that if you had a piece of a dragon that you were harnessing your magic through or bouncing off of,
Talisman.
you're gonna be really fucking strong.
it's a reroll.
Yeah, because then you've also got a chance that other dragons are going to be like, no, you don't get to play with
Two.
those.
All right, so you remember that there was a large serpent that you saw these two serpents meet in the moon, as silhouettes in the moonlight above a great mountain. One of them grew to much larger size and then sprouted these bone-like appendages out of its
that
wings.
was it.
Grabbed hold of the other one's wings, and then with its hand ripped the head with part of its spine dangling out of the other one and dropped it to the ground. It fell. You saw it fall, and then the rest of the body fell.
You know what?
And you also heard the voice, "I'm Helwyn, Maker's End."
That's right. Oh shit! So that could just be the collection of all the bones, or hell, just even the skull and
Be
the
the head of the
spine.
vertebrae,
Yeah.
yeah, that would make sense. Okay, so option B, we burn everything we have about ourselves, go on the run for a decade. That might get us clear.
What?
The likelihood of us pulling this off, there's not a number small enough.
Dave, I got a question for like, so since I got everyone into this shit show, if I just took over the contract and then did it, and then these guys are on the hook for it too?
You know that the entire group is
Yeah.
equal vested. That's typically how these things go down.
So we can proceed and try to pull this off, or we pull completely out and go on the run.
I know, like, going on the run. It sounds like not live well.
Yeah, that sounds like a headache.
So, at least we go to National Park. We try. I say we go get tents.
I don't think there is a try here. I think we pull it off. We die by the mage's hand, or we don't pull it off and we die by our mysterious benefactor's hand.
I agree with MF. I think we should try.
Okay, Nomad?
I'm in.
Okay, so fungus bombs. I like the sound of that. Any other mage?
Hot Hands did not say yes.
Where did?
Hot Hands put us in this. He doesn't get a vote.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
I kind of assumed.
is better.
But even in parallel, Jolly was making a deal with him downstairs.
I wasn't going to.
That's not what Jelly's gonna say.
Yeah,
You were in negotiations.
we were in negotiations, but I was gonna say no.
Okay.
I thought we were punching above our belt.
Okay. All right.
But here we are.
Well, somehow,
Yeah, it always seems like a lot of money until we do it.
For some reason, whoever these people are, it's going to be, it's going to come to mind that they must know, they've done their homework on you,
Oh yeah.
to know, or it's not purely coincidental, that they drug in Alejandra's battered body, knowing, probably, you could probably assume that, the temptation would be too great for you not to kill her, right? But would also obligate you. There's a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess maybe a bit more accurate to say I would have attempted to say no.
You may have been like, hey, this is,
I don't think we can do this.
Right.
But here we are, so...
For some reason, they think that you can pull it off.
The second problem is we no earn what you call when we talk is rep. We no earn rep because no one know what we do.
Well, I think in our last situation that probably is a good thing. Because we beefed that majorly.
Yes.
So.
True.
Does MF sit down?
MF never got up, but he does lean back on the couch.
Yeah. So, okay. Fungus bombs. What else in that vein? Things that are geared towards mages.
Is bullets.
Mage
Yes?
cups, mage, don't they have mage cups?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look.
So we could secure some sort of magic restrainment device where we could actually.
I don't want to hold him. I want to just take him out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just get me close enough and I'll take him out.
Well, they get you close enough, and then he does a little whammy on your brain, and then you're smashing.
Yeah,
my
you
face
don't.
in.
You miss little girl, but you do that. Yeah, then I'm out.
Do you have a recording of that you can play for Patrick?
He wasn't there.
I
No,
was
he was
there.
there.
Was he
Girl.
there?
He
Oh,
was
I
there.
didn't think he was there. I'm
Nomad was
sorry.
up on the street, like, trying to get a vantage point with a long rifle.
I maybe saved a clip or two of her haunting voice.
Yeah.
Cut to you.
She also
watching
had a
us get
fire
our ass
elemental
handed.
with
Yeah.
her. So that was also another
Yeah.
problem. Is she had a pet fire elemental.
I shot him in the head.
Fire elemental did not do the damage that I did.
Yeah.
True.
That was
Meth
the problem.
kicking us off.
Yeah.
I was kicking the crap out of everyone. It just was not fun.
I'm
Fire element
surprised
gets
MF
sniped.
is still alive.
It was not my fault. Shut up.
Oh no, them attacking you.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, MF. Why are you still alive? Wait a minute.
Yeah, we didn't attack back. That's part of being the team.
You guys knew that MF was not acting under his own volition.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one takeover.
Everybody gets
Yeah.
mind control from time to time.
You came in using yours.
You blew that right out the gate.
And you only get one.
That's why you're stuck with us.
There comes a time, Patrick, where you get mind control, dude. We want to know that we have your best interest in mind.
Here we go. We'll use the murder armor. That's what this one's called.
Murder armor.
Okay. So let's come back to the mage specific weaponry, because that is something I'm interested in looking into really closely. So the mage.
Is like vampires. Is things like garlic, or holy water, anything like that. I don't mean actually garlic. I mean, sing like is.
Have you
is
noticed anything like that with hot hands?
I love garlic.
Again, I mean, no, not sing exactly.
Do
Not
you
exactly
have
garlic.
any?
I love garlic. That's awesome.
Well, I imagine myself on my phone, old man scrolling through the net because I'm
You
just
look
on
up
that.
like, I love garlic.
I love garlic.
What? Did somebody say garlic?
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry.
Did somebody say vampire?
Okay, so
I'm looking into the weapons right now.
okay, so you're looking at that, and then Mount Chester. So survey reports. Anything about the mages? You found the dragon bones. So
Is only a report. Is maybe not true, but it would fit. In fact, is by his description, hot hands maybe is head and skeleton.
is there a name on
Neck.
the article? Who wrote it?
Is never name. Is it names no matter. Is in the rumors, tabloids.
Who compiled the article?
I could find that name.
And we should reach out to them, see what they know.
I let you do. This is name.
Okay, Mount. So tabloid.
Yeah, it's Snigglebones 3-1.
That's their Christian name.
I don't. Is nobody uses real name. Even when I go on, I know say is MF.
So I'm gonna send an email to Snicklebones31.
And who is Snicklebones 3-1?
That was the person who put the article together in the tabloid.
Okay.
And I wanna lawyerese them, not in a threatening way, but more
Like slander or something? Yeah.
No, more like there's an opportunity, kind of like a scam, your great aunt died, and if you partner with me, so I wanted to scam them for all their reports, any like evidence they have, and then like imply that it's part of something like larger.
Because their great aunt died.
I want to appeal to their ego to try to get them to.
Well, you don't know who they are. You don't know what
Yeah,
inspires or you don't know what motivates the writer of the article.
I figure money motivates
Money,
a lot of people.
unless they got a lot of money.
Unless they got a lot of money, but they're working for the.
If you're gonna reach out to this,
Mount Shasta
Offer,
Apple.
just offer to
What's
give
your-
them lots of money. I'll give you lots of money if you answer
Well,
that question.
so what you're reaching out to is you're basically reaching out to the writer of the column.
Yeah.
Okay, who works for it's an independent journalist that writes this column for the the tabloid.
I think I'm coming at it from the wrong angle. I think I want to come from it more of like I do believe, and that okay. Let's see, what can I don't want to tell them anything that I know about Hot Hands' visions,
Okay.
but
Learn some other theories about the bones, or come at it from like a aficionado or like a.
yeah.
You know.
Okay, so yeah, can I con through email? I want to appear that I am like in the conspiracies. I totally buy into them.
Are you like a dragon bone dealer?
Well, so you know that in order to maybe, well, I don't want to just give it to you so much. What might be interesting to a tabloid writer?
So I think that like if I was like writing about these crazy conspiracies about dragon bones in my area, is I'd want to have like a reason for like why is it being covered up? What does it have to do with everything else in the world?
Okay.
And so I want to say that like I was recently traveling. I'm just gonna say vaguely south.
Okay, so you're gonna send a message to this writer. Okay, all right. And what's the message say?
And as I was traveling through, I heard some really weird rumors about the blight and how it ties into the items mentioned in this article. And I was wondering if we could compare notes.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to send.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know if I can con through email. There's no pheromones, but
No, we can't use
I guess
pheromones on the
my
email.
con would be I want to sound like I'm not just like fucking
Please,
around.
please smell the enclosed attachment. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. What other kind of legwork are people doing?
Okay, so Jelly, one thing that I can look for, I could have my magic guy or Gertie, I should say, look into getting us a set of, and I'll front the money for it, some Parashield Mystic Tough body armor. So what this sucker does is, now I won't be able to wear this because it would mess with my spells, but it does make it tougher for magic to affect y'all with it. Basically, Dave, it puts a threshold of 2. For mana-based spells. So
Okay.
if something wants to affect them, that's the base. They have to do at least 2.
Okay.
So it gives you armor, like it's armor 2.
That mystic armor.
Yeah.
I guess we should also talk about.
So if you want, I'll purchase that for y'all.
Okay, I'm assuming we're gonna get reimbursed,
Yeah.
and if not, we'll just figure that part out too.
Yeah, can we submit a ticket? Yeah, here's our receipts.
Here's keep
Our
your receipts. We're gonna submit an expense report.
Yeah, that's an expense report.
Well, I mean, maybe that's how it works.
Wait, do Shadowrunners have to file taxes?
Only the really shitty ones.
Yeah.
Only the really crappy ones.
No, so if y'all want, I can go ahead and start procuring those.
I think that's a good idea. So definitely Nomad is gonna go in. MF sounds like he wants to. I worry about Patrick getting mind whammied and crushing us to death.
Well, with this armor,
we
at
don't want
least
him getting mind whammied.
But he can also punch really good if he doesn't get mind whammied.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But if he does get mind whammied, he can take one of us out in one shot.
Well, any of us could. Well, I mean, any of you could.
Yeah, so now the other downside to these things is, though, anti-magic worked on you from my end. Well, you got this on, ain't gonna work as good either. It makes it harder for me. So if I need to heal y'all while you're in this, it's gonna make it harder for me to do my work. We could always yank it off.
Yeah, I think that's just a reasonable risk.
I think it's good. Hey, big fella, 1 second. I know these guys' measurements. I'm gonna pull out a little ruler. I need to take your measurements real quick. And I just reach up. I'm buying you some armor.
So now the gear is actually what kind of armor is it?
So it's Parashield Mystic Tough body armor.
What's the availability?
It's 6. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It can be
it's
bought on the open market.
yeah. So it's expensive. I have the money to buy 4 for these guys,
Okay.
so I'm just gonna. I'll
It's gonna be an extra. It's 1.5 times for troll size.
One
And
and a half times?
It's only 75% the cost for a dwarf.
Okay, 70. Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. So I'll do the math and then I'll get those for you guys.
You're buying like a mage armor?
Yeah. So what it is, and it doesn't really. So
And that's gonna replace any other armor that
yeah.
you're wearing, I think. Right?
So it's just like over the top, like
form
body
fitting,
armor.
or what is it?
Yeah, it's let's see.
It doesn't replace what I got?
I think that it might.
What do you have armor wise? Is it just
Some
built
things
in
can
stuff?
be layered.
Right.
No, I
Yeah.
have like armor plating. And
Like
stuff.
I have a
Inside
armor
of you
jacket.
or on you?
So like,
On
can
me.
I wear the
They
mystic
don't-
armor
they
with the
don't
armor
stack.
jacket over it?
Unless it
Yeah.
says
No, I don't think this is a
you get the
stacking
higher
one. Yeah.
of the defense
So-
rating of the two.
This one has a +4 damage or DR
Okay.
damage or defense rating. What does yours do?
5.
5. So it's a little worse there, but it puts a 2 threshold for any spells that are worked on you. So they have to get a minimum of 2. So it makes it harder to whammy you.
Gotcha.
But it makes it harder for me to whammy you as well.
Now there are certain mods that you can do to your armor that add certain features.
But it's actually more expensive to. So it'd be more expensive for me to add the Mystic Weave to another armor.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a better
Um,
armor, but if it's a worse armor,
Well, I mean, what is in a mage fight? They're not going to be punching you very often,
Probably
right?
not.
Yeah. No. They're gonna be throwing.
Unless you get a
magic
troll
at you.
mage that's got these huge muscles that just,
Honestly, because
Thank you.
look at us mages. We're a bunch of nerds. If you get close enough and punch us, we're going down.
Okay.
troll
so
mage is just
yeah.
a scary thought.
Yeah.
There's just so many things to think about.
Welcome to Shadowrun.
I know. I think this is the longest we've spent thinking about
Right,
something, though. So
yeah.
we're improving, we're evolving.
No.
So, mystic armor, fungus bomb. We're gonna look at other things for the weapons.
Okay.
Mage. We need a little bit more information before we can start planning more concretely about the mage lodge. Do you?
maybe mage goggles.
Yeah, I have mage goggles, fungus bomb, mystic armor.
Oh, you said that. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
It's like mage goggles would help if like a non-awakened or a mundane one of us wanted to like watch, like keep watch or something.
So now, if the lodge is dual natured, or if it's purely in the magical plane, will we be able to see it with?
Yes. Yeah. So if it's dual natured, we'll see it physically too. If it's just in the Mystic Plane, we're gonna see nothing. So I'll see it.
So it's probably a good idea to have the goggles.
Okay, I'll get the goggles too.
Yeah, well, right. With the goggles, someone would be able to see it.
Yeah. So I'll get one pair of those.
So let's talk
Lodge.
about the recon you can do with your googly eyes.
Yeah. So I can fly out there. I can look around the area. I can try and stay back and see if I see it. Because I imagine a lodge is going to be a pretty big signature unless they're hiding it. So if they're hiding it, I'm going to have to do a little delving and some sensing. But
I'm very concerned about you getting stuck there, and then we're down our heaviest hitter.
Will, and I'll say, where the shit is that? And I'll pull out my wallet and I'll pull out a card. I mean, here, I'll hand it to you. That's my brother. He's a mage. If I go down, you could always talk to him. If you tell him somebody killed me, he'll come down pretty quick.
Okay. I'll put in my little, like the little card
Rolodex, yeah,
holders.
the little black book.
In case hot hands die.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a more fancy type. He went to fancy school.
Fancy school. Okay, irrelevant. Anyways.
But yeah, I can go in there, use my googly eyes and kind of search around and see what I can find. Either I'll
So-
find something or nothing.
Let's do that after we get the survey reports and after you look into seeing if there's any noise about a mage lodge. Because we want to have you search for the smallest area possible so you can be in and out the fastest. Magical traps. Is there anything we can do to defend against magical traps?
If we find the magical traps, I can try and disarm them. That's kind of the best that we can do. We can either avoid them or I can disarm them.
And mundane traps, Nomad, you're confident you could disarm those.
Yeah. And what about our own defense? Like, do we have time to set up a ward or anything to protect whoever's
I mean, I think
projecting out or?
They didn't give me a time crunch. I'm thinking that I think we should probably be as timely as possible so they don't shoot us in the head. But we could take a little bit of extra room.
Well, just in the event that this mage becomes aware of our presence, he may counter hot hands us and come looking for us as well.
Okay, so you want to So the ward would make sense to do before we send the googly eye hot hands.
Yeah, I think so. If it's
Saying noises at you.
time, right?
Okay.
So it's been several hours that you guys have been doing, kind of formulating, and you get a call back from the person that you paid, to do some
Okay,
labor for you.
I take it in my
What was his
room.
name?
Mr. Albers.
Mr. Albers. No, not him. The other one. You had somebody looking into.
Snigglebone 31.
Sniggle, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, I get an email response.
You get an email response.
Oh, okay,
All right.
okay.
And you get an email response with a link that wants to open up a private chat on a secure Matrix host.
Okay, I don't know.
Basically just pulling you into a secure chat room.
Yeah, and I'm just in my professional world here, I wouldn't click on links I didn't know, but I mean,
You communicate with a lot of clients this way?
this is okay.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is a pretty
common
standard
practice.
practice, yeah.
Okay, sure. I will enter the chat.
All right, so you enter the chat, and Mr. Snigglebones, he says, nice to meet your acquaintance. I've been able to successfully now. And Mr. Smiggle, is he the guy that wrote? I thought you.
This is the article writer.
This is the article writer. No, there was somebody else that I thought something about land surveying.
Oh, at some point.
I'm
a
gonna talk to
hacker
my
was-
hacker.
That hasn't happened
Oh,
yet.
that hasn't happened yet. I thought
Yeah.
you guys sent out a message from.
No,
Okay, gotcha.
not
Okay,
yet.
all right.
Oh, I can do that now, actually, if you want.
You,
but
you get the same thing from Mr. Smigglebones, right? And says, "Hey, I've received notification that you might have some information that may be of interest, and I'd like to hear what you have to offer."
This is just like chatting. I mean, is it like
Yeah.
a voice call, or is it just
It's
type
it's over the Matrix.
over the matrix? So recently, I was heading south. I'm gonna stay as vague as he lets me, and there were some weird rumors on the road about Mount Shasta and the Blight, and I came across your article and I was wondering if there were any further connections.
Well, can you vet these rumors? I mean, like when you say heading south, rumors on the road, it's pretty ambiguous.
They were pretty, they were
yeah.
just kind of word of mouth. But I mean, as you know, in this field, most of the good stuff comes from word of mouth.
Well, yeah, when we say south, so like south of Seattle, like how far?
Pretty far.
Okay. Well, regardless of the location, what were the rumors? I mean, what can you share with me? Or, I mean, is it something that you're just, what are you looking for in exchange for this, me gathering this information?
Well, I'm mostly just kicking up rocks. I'm not looking to necessarily enter into a contract.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah. I
So
was
please
just-
speak freely. Give me everything you've got.
Yeah. Okay. So let me think about the lies I'm gonna tell. So I heard a rumor that even though Aztec,
As technology, the MechCorp, huh?
even though they're taking ownership of the Blight, or perhaps fault of the Blight, I heard that it was actually, I don't know, I don't even care what other, some
So
other
you're gonna draw up some false. You're gonna draw up
Yeah.
some false stuff. Okay.
things
So,
that are grounded
okay.
in reality, but I mean, I could sit and make up lies if you want me to.
No, you know. So at some point, he's gonna, he says, well, can you vet any of these? Or are they all just kind of hearsay?
I mean, this is purely just on an amateur, hobbyist level.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'd be interested to, if you've got anything that, that you could, attach some real credibility to, I'd be interested in hearing about it and even, be open to even, giving you a stipend for, capturing any vetted information that, might be of interest, to my column.
Well, as I said, this is just purely from a hobby aspect, so if I find anything interesting, I'll definitely pass it along.
Okay. And he says, I'm going to go ahead and forward you my personal number if you come across anything.
Sure.
And so he does, and and he says, I'm interested in anything that pertains to the Great Debate.
Great debate. Do I know what that means?
The Great Debate is what people are calling the Blight,
Okay.
because there's so many rumors and conspiracy theories around it. They are referring to on the Shadowland. They're referring to it as the Great Debate.
The Great Debate. Yeah, I think, I don't know how much of a faux pas it is to talk about dragons. I know they're like a huge deal. Is it like the Pope?
I mean, well, it depends on what you say. You're going to mention the dragon. You're like, yeah, I met this dragon.
No, but I'm like, so in his article, he was talking about how there was talk about dragon bones.
Dragon bones found,
Yeah.
magical bones, because tabloids are all about that, ha-ha, inside, behind the sheets of Jennifer Aniston's bedroom.
And So I'm gonna ask, where the rumors are. What did I say? The article you wrote, it talked about the remains being found. Were these like after the blight began?
He says, I can tell you that the information that I was able to come across in my efforts and were first-hand exclusive information given to me by external sources, reliable sources, that put these dragon findings post-Shasta eruption.
Oh. So like maybe the earthquake, the what is it called?
It says, based on my research and my writings, I think that these bones are a recent find, not something that has just merely been surfaced from centuries of old.
Do you think that they have like part of why the blight started, or do you think they were found like through something from the blight?
That's far beyond my expertise, but or my capabilities to try and distinguish. But if you've got information that might lead to the to the discovery of such a thing, I'd be very interested in hearing about it, and I would pay kindly for an exclusive.
Yeah, nothing specific. I was just wanting to pick your brain.
Okay. I'm merely a writer. I leverage my contacts and put myself in compromising situations sometimes to capture a story.
Okay, I mean, if he's not gonna like be forthcoming, I'm just gonna be done with the
He
conversation.
sounds like your typical journalist.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say thanks for your time.
Okay,
and
but
I'm
you do have his contact info.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Mr. Smigglewithers, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I've got him on here.
Smigglebones.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, after the blight. So then it's possible, I'm speaking to the group again at this point. So the writer guy, he says that the reports came that the bones were found after the blight, or were spoken of at least after the blight. And so it's possible.
Well, he said post Shasta eruption.
Well, don't those coincide?
Similar, but the blight happened before the mountain erupted.
We saw the mountain begin
The blight
erupting.
happened before the mountain erupted.
Correct.
So
We
then
saw the
bones
mountain
are still
erupting,
after
yes.
the blight started.
You saw the mountain begin to.
So were they unearthed somehow, or are you saying that this was a consequence of the eruption?
He doesn't know anything. He's just some guy. I think we'll have better luck with actual factual reporting.
It's pretty easy. You guys know there wasn't a pyroclastic flow or anything like that from Shasta. There was merely, it's just spewing ash into the atmosphere. It has been for several
There's
weeks.
no like dragon bones. popping
There's
out
not
of
big
it.
flows of lava coming out and mowing down forests like toothpicks. It wasn't like a Mount St. Helens explosion where the whole side of the volcano blew out. This thing is just spewing gas and noxious fumes into the atmosphere and causing a ton of ash and soot and blocking out a lot of the sunlight coming through.
So unlikely to unearth anything.
I don't think so. Okay, so that's kind of a dead end. Alright, so hacky stuff.
All right, my order for this armor should be here soon. So I'll call my hacker up.
So you've got a hacker contact.
Yeah,
What's his
Snowflake.
connection level and loyalty level?
Oh, dude, it's the highest. It's a 1.
Okay, that's the connection or loyalty?
Both.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, pardon me. Connection is 2.
Okay, connection 2, loyalty 1. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you call him. What is his name?
Snowflake. It was her. She was.
Her. She's Snowflake. Okay.
Yeah, like
Hacker.
think like
Okay.
total cyberpunk like kind of hacker is what she
Alright.
looked like.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, boop 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 boop.
All right. So you call Snowflake. She answers, says, "Long time no see. What can I do for you?"
Hey Snowflake. Yeah, it's been a little bit. Hope everything's well.
Business is good.
Good to hear, good to hear. Well, I was hoping you might have some time to help me out. I'm kind of needed, maybe a little sooner than later if possible. And
My time's money. If you've got money, I've got time.
oh, I'm sure we can work something out. Let me tell you what I need, and we'll see what it'll cost me.
Okay.
Doing a little job, and I'm wondering if you have access, or could get access, I should say, to survey reports for, and I'll give the general area of Shasta for this area, or if you have access to any of the local wild reserve files about that. Basically what I'm looking for a lodge out there. I'm looking for any reports of a lodge of any kind. I'll specify a magical lodge, not just a lodge in general.
Like I was kind of hoping you'd call with something, at least give me something that might challenge me. But, I mean, is this all you need? I mean, I could get you access to harvesting plans and maybe even some live ranger scanner talk, some scanner chatter.
Yeah,
radio chatter.
if you're able to scour through all that and find anything on a lodge or anything abnormal in that manner, I know that might be difficult in the Blight. I'm specifically looking for a lodge.
Okay.
Any reports of that, squatters, things like that in this area.
All right, what's the area?
And I'll give, I'll put the phone down for a second. I'll say, Jelly, how specific of an area do you want my hacker to search? 1 second, Snowflake. Let me figure.
How big is Mount Shasta National Park?
It's big.
So we have a general area.
You got a
though,
pin
right?
mark. You got like a pinpoint like on a map.
Yeah, and should I just say within like 5 miles of this space, because they don't know that's the exact point we were given.
Right. You do a 10-mile radius of this area.
Yeah, I'll say a 10-mile radius of, and I'll give the coordinate.
Okay. Well, how soon do you need this information?
And
how deep do you want me to dig?
Jelly, how soon and deep you want this info?
I want it yesterday, and I guess I want everything they have on this area.
Looks like we need that ASAP, and as much as you can find on that.
This is like level of importance. Like I should put my my other more current tasks on hold to take care of this for you.
That is what I'm being told. If you're able to.
Any AAA entanglements that I might run into on this, or are we free of that danger?
And I'll think about it for a second. I'll say, I think the AAA side is on our side. I think that the Johnson is what they're called. The people who give us the.
Johnson's finding the jobs. Fixers. Johnsons are the ones that you take the job from.
Yeah. So
right,
I'll
Fixers
say
are the ones that set up the meets.
I'll say I think the Johnson on this one's the one to worry about. I don't think it's the target as much as it's the AAA. I think my guess is whoever this person is in the lodge, they stumbled on something they don't know they have, and we're gonna be taking that from them.
Well, that's just it then. And I mean, when there's one AAA, there's always another.
Yeah. Well, I know you're good enough to not get caught by them.
Because I'm willing to put in some time into this and set my current tasks to the side. But it's going to cost you all up front.
What's
10,000?
I'll put it down and I'll say, Jelly, it's going to cost 10,000.
10,000?
I have that on me, but that's it. I won't
Give
be
me
able.
the phone.
And I'll hand it to you, and I'll say, Snow.
$1,000?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
Are you kidding? It's Jelly.
I don't know a Jelly, but you know what? If you could put Mr. Hot Hands back on the phone, we were discussing a matter of family medical importance. Thank you very much.
Right, and who do you think is footing the bill for the medical importance?
I'll say,
I would assume that'd be the hospital, sir.
I'll say, Snowflake. No, this is my employer. You can talk to him. This is Hot Hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jelly. We just need to give 10K to Snowflake for this job.
Right.
Just 10K. Just
Well,
10K.
yeah,
That's what Snowflake said.
Hot Hands has asked me to set aside my current obligations and to do some deep digging for you. And there's mega corporate, involvement in the, in the risks that I take. And since I am bearing all the risks, I think that 10,000 is a pretty generous rate.
I think 5 sounds more appropriate.
Well, I mean, if you didn't need the information right away, then we could probably work something out. But I don't. What else can you do for me?
What are you wanting?
Well, information is power in my line of work. You wouldn't happen to have any of those? My off time, I like to vacation a lot, and but my current situation doesn't really allow me to be mobile, if you know what I mean.
I have no idea what she means.
I think I know what you mean, but it's more.
Care to chime in here, Hot Hands, and bring Mr. Jelly up to speed?
Are you wanting like a vehicle of some kind?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I like to vacation. I like to go places. I like to experience new things, but I'm not able to leave the house.
You need a babysitter.
Oh boy.
I'm not good in these situations.
Talking about chips.
Simpsons.
Talking about
chips,
chips,
man.
Talking about chips. I want some chips. I want some of
some
those.
VR
I want some of those South
experiences.
Pacific chips that are floating around.
SimSense.
Okay.
I guess that's player lack.
Beetle
of
chips.
knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know what
I don't know
chip
what
But
the
you
heck-
guys in the game would absolutely.
I have no.
Right, so
Yeah.
Tell me
So
what it is so I can
What you're referring to is there are individuals that put in SimSense chip, which like basic like simulated sensory, you know, things we create like worlds. It's like virtual reality basically.
So like
But
I
they-
go to a virtual nightclub. Is it like that?
Right, well, there's a stuff
No.
above that called a better than life chip where you get all the sounds, smells, you know, things that you can get really hooked on, right? And it sounds like maybe she's, you know,
Okay.
she's a beetle user.
Okay.
Better than life.
Better than life.
BTL Beetle.
Beetle.
So can we like record our memories for that? Is that what she's
You could,
asking,
but
or
you
is
have
she
to have
just
the right
asking?
headwear.
gotta
But
have
you
the right
can do
headwear.
that, but you have to have full auditory cyberware rig.
And right now there's a series of South Pacific chips that are going around on the street that people are paying a premium for.
Yeah.
She's like, I want some of those South Pacific chips.
Okay.
You get me some of those. You get me 4 of those, dude, and I can knock your feet down to 5K.
So I have a friend who works at a nightclub that's a virtual nightclub.
Yeah, you're catching what I'm
Okay.
talking
Okay.
about.
So
Which club? Which club? You're talking Dante's?
I named it, but I don't remember. I don't know. It was like a big deal. That's what I remember.
Well,
what
you
it's called, big
get
deal.
me the chips. You get me 4 of the chips, and I can get you a 5K. I'll spend 24 hours on this thing, and I'll have answers for you.
Is 4 chips? Is that like a great amount of money? Is
You
that?
don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Well, would I know that? Would Jelly know? I don't know.
Street stuff, yeah. You'd have to leverage some contact. Probably harder to find than they are to buy. You know?
I think I get what you're getting at is
Yeah.
that we got to just leverage our contacts and make deal after deal after deal until we
That's
get what
fine.
we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying.
Yeah.
I just don't have an idea of
Yeah.
is 4 chips a reasonable amount, or should I?
she's only asking for 4 chips.
Well,
It's like 4 movies or 4
Yeah,
scenes.
exactly. It's like
Okay,
4 days. 4 days.
So I mean, it's not
4 different
ridiculous,
locations.
but if
Okay.
you find 1, you find 4.
Like,
It's
I
just
really
a matter
don't want
of
to go to Thailand. I really don't want to be
Okay.
the ambassador of Thailand for a week.
all right. I think that's something we can accommodate.
If you run into problems, I know Boozer at Dante's Inferno, the bouncer there on Fridays and Saturdays. You know, you didn't hear from me, but I know he's got a hookup on that stuff. You can get 4 of them from him if you can't find them the other way. I just don't have the time or the mobility to get over there and get them from him. But if you can get them, I'll knock your feet down to 5K, and I'll dig into this for you.
All right. So maybe we'll give the 10 up front, and then you can reimburse us once we give you the chips.
That sounds great.
And I'll say boom. Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna
If you still
slaughter
got it.
10 grand?
Yeah.
Just give an addict 10,000 new yen. Yeah, I'll have it next week for you. I'll just hang on to this for you.
Yeah, I won't touch it.
All
It'll just
right,
be
I
in
won't
my,
touch it if
in
you're
my
in my cookie
pocket.
jar. Well, I got them chips myself all geeked out. Like, oh yeah, I spent that. Sorry. All right, but
As long as we
Well,
get
that's why I'm working fast.
all right, I got you. Okay, all right.
They're called
So you slot the 10 G's. All right. You call Biggs, the nightclub owner.
Vix, and
Vix.
yes,
He's a nightclub owner. Or he's a bouncer.
owner.
All right, hey, what's going on there? What is he? Orc? Human? Troll? What is it?
He's probably a human.
Human? All right.
Big human. Or
Nightclub
small
owner.
human. That's
He's not-
ironically named.
His name isn't Big.
All right.
It's Vix.
Vix.
Oh.
Okay, you call it Vix. He's
heard
like,
Big.
yeah. So what's
Vix.
going on there, Jelly? You coming down for another VIP?
I would really love to, but I
It's
cannot.
amateur night tonight.
I have been struggling to get it. Maybe I can find some time. But I called you for a reason. I'm looking to get a couple of the South Pacific chips. You got anything on that?
Yeah, you make the way you normally make it. Your wear calls and be like, hey, I'm looking for some illegal chips. You know, you got anything? Yeah, got some right here. They're hanging right next to the Fritos.
We're really good friends.
What's his loyalty rating?
7.
Cool.
7?
We're super good
Oh,
friends.
he's like, oh yeah, I got some for you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why do
okay.
you say so?
It's like, why am I talking so much?
Like, right.
I'm like, oh shit, I forgot who
Oh,
you
well,
are.
dude, yeah, right. 7. Oh yeah, you need some. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can get you some chips. Like, how soon do you need them?
As soon as possible.
Come on over.
Okay. All right.
All right. And what's his connection rating?
5.
Okay, yeah, he's like, I got him.
Damn, how do you guys afford
Damn,
these
dude, that's
contacts?
fucking hardcore.
I
Like, she took all money.
Yeah, I
Jelly has all money in contacts.
Yeah, I did. I have. I
Oh,
have.
that's awesome.
I got like a 3-2 and a
Loyalty
3-4.
7.
I know, right?
That's like, you know, I mean, you're like,
I
I'll
have
do anything.
11.
I'll do anything for you.
I have
All right.
11 contacts.
So you go over and see. You gonna go over and see Biggs?
Wait, so you just leaving us at your
Vix.
place?
Biggs
Biggs,
was
sorry,
me.
not Biggs.
I did
Biggs.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll say
I'll
I'll
be
go.
back in a little bit. Don't burn anything down.
Can you pick up food on the way back?
Do you not have a phone?
I'll get it
I'm
when
walking
I.
out the door.
All right. So everyone's staying there at Jelly's.
Yep.
You're gonna go pick up the chip from Vix.
Mm-hmm.
What's everyone else doing while Jelly's gone?
I mean, I can go pick up the armor, basically.
So you're gonna go out. So you're gonna go out and pick up the armor.
Say, does
Okay.
anybody want to go with me?
I'll go with Ryan.
All right.
You're gonna go along. So leaving MF and Nomad at
I
Jelly's.
made here for food.
You wait here. You call in some food.
No,
Yeah.
and then Patrick and I are at the door staring at you, Nomad. Like, are you gonna come with us or are you staying here?
I'll glance longingly at my rifle, knowing that it's due for a good takedown and cleaning, and sigh heavily and follow them out.
Yeah.
Party on the town.
All right. So while you guys are gone, you order food. The food arrives. A courier on a bike shows up with some food. He's got like the hat, he rides the bicycle. He's really fit, and he's like gets up. He's got the tight shorts, He's like, hey, I got some food for what do you order things under?
MF.
MF. Some food order for MF. What's that stand for? MF.
Yep.
All right. That you?
That's me.
Okay, cool. So here you go.
Okay.
All right.
Pay him.
Okay, bam. All right. He
Or
takes
probably
off.
already paid
All
him.
right. He takes off. All right. So as you're going through the food, you're gonna see that there's a small, looks like a small envelope. It looks like the kind of envelope that you would put in like a flower bouquet or something, right? And it is closed and sealed, and it says on the outside, it says jelly.
Okay.
Are you going to open it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, Barry learned the lesson.
All right. So you guys eat. You guys go and acquire. If you've got the money, you can go ahead and acquire things. You're gone for a couple hours. Jelly, you go see Vix. He's got that stuff. He's like, yeah, I got somebody. He called, made the arrangement. He gives you the 4 chips. He's like, on the house. He's all, I got you. He's all. But when you get some time, this amateur night, I think you got to hop him. I think you can maybe drive some business into the place.
We haven't really got into it, but Jelly is kind of like, he works all the time. When he's not working, he's in this nightclub constantly.
Works hard, plays hard.
All right.
And he does Future Coke there too.
Okay, this is kind of a this is kind of a this is kind of like kind of a cabaret, kind of throwback, club.
Totally.
Yeah, but they've got like back rooms with VIP access where you can like have
He has,
private
like, the platinum, like,
private entry and private
Yeah.
collaborations with
For
women
sure.
and men and metahumans and different things like that. But he runs a legit business. There's nothing shady going on here, right? The
Yeah,
books
we-
are in line.
I've paid him enough money at this point for long enough that we've become close.
Okay. So you get back to your office, and Nomad and MF are there eating food.
Did Nomad
No,
stay?
Nomad went with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, so 3 of you are out getting on.
Yeah.
So it's just MF. He's chowing down.
There's bags of food because I ordered for everyone.
Right. So there's food everywhere.
I'm gonna start eating.
So Jelly, I get in bag envelope addressed to you. This is weird because I did not order.
Yeah. Is it printed? Is it written?
It's printed.
It's printed. I don't want to open this.
I don't want to open this.
Then I open it.
You open it inside as a single blank white card that has a Matrix host address on it.
Ooh, a first foray into the Matrix.
All right, MF, we got to crunch our brains together while we eat because I think this is the meeting with our benefactor.
It's a good thing I get fish. It's brain food.
I talked to you about bringing fish in my apartment.
Is light spell. Is in curry.
I get enough with Svetlana's weird fucking blood sausage shit. Then I gotta come up here. Anyways, okay.
Blowhurst.
So, just want to reiterate how much I don't want to be doing this. Okay, so the things that I have to talk about. What does a coordinate mean? Is it the lodge or is it the rendezvous point?
Yes.
What is the point of sending me a link to a Tacoma port? Are we supposed to be delivering it there? Because that was not mentioned in our previous meeting.
Yes.
But one thing I did think about is should we just have LT be the one to drop us off and pick us up? I've had that thought.
I think too. We
Then we're not
trust
dependent.
LT is good for takeout. Is how you say drop off and
I'll float
Evac.
it. They may not go for it. They may want this contained, but I'll float it out there. And then the current things we're purchasing. How do we get reimbursed for that? Because
you think they maybe give reimbursement for stuff we buy and use?
they could give us a cred stick. I don't know.
This is way it normally works. Is maybe not so bad then.
Well,
Is my concern. So maybe all costs like for other places we like when you work for core you
my
you
understanding, yeah, they did mention that they were going to cover what we needed, but I
okay.
just wasn't-
Sounds good so far.
Okay,
You want spring roll?
I'll take one and like start gnawing on it. I can't think of anything else to ask them. I think that's
But not them. But I do think maybe when dark, maybe Nomad and I go check out and bring hot hands possibly. Go check out warehouse, docks, warehouse and docks.
I think that's a great idea.
At least see if he's light up, he's rave.
Okay, yes, that's a good idea.
They should be back any time. They know food is here.
And while you guys are out, Nomad, Hot Hands, and Patrick, I need Hot Hands and Nomad to make perception rolls. You're on your way to go pick up the armor. You've ordered it. You make sure that the dealer has it. You're going to pick it up. He's got the suits needed in stock, and you're going to go down and pick them up.
I don't make a perception roll?
No, because this is something that you. This is for them to see, notice somebody that you. Three.
Two.
Hot Hands. So going back, when Jelly negotiated with the entity from Dis,
Yeah.
I think everyone was there in the vault, witnessing that, right?
We were.
You witnessed at some point a business-attired, kind of non-descriptive, pale white body step out and then disappear. You see something that looks similar to that sitting on a park bench as you guys leave.
Whoa.
I
It
stopped.
seems to be watching you as you drive by.
Oh, as
when
we
you
drive by?
You guys are driving by to go get the armor. You look out the window of the vehicle that you guys are in.
So I
And
will.
you go, you see it because you remember the faceless kind of, when you look at it, it seems like a faceless, you don't see distinct eyes and things, and it's just sort of sitting there, on the bench, like waiting, just like anybody else might, but just seems to watch you like this, and you make eye contact for a minute.
So yeah, I definitely want to record that eye footage for later analysis.
So I don't have any.
Hot Hands is the only one that
Yeah.
saw it.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Okay.
well, you guys might notice that I basically take my eyes off the road and
Are you
just-
driving?
I imagine that
I don't know who drives.
Yeah, I took my car.
Okay,
so
all right,
I
so you're
imagine-
driving, yeah,
So
so-
I'm just like, I might have to. I don't know if I'm
See,
distracted.
Hot Hands drifts into the other lane of
Yeah.
oncoming traffic. They clearly,
Hot
corrects,
Hands.
like, what the hell?
What's wrong with you?
And I try to pull over as quickly as possible.
What's going on?
And you'll see that I'm sweating, frantic, and I'll
You start getting all
kick
whammy.
open the door when
you're
I
gonna stop the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I basically look to the bench to see if
When
it's
you go
still
back
there.
and look to the bench, it's gone. And that's where we'll stop.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Did that guy name himself? I feel like
No.
I remembered asking, like, what can I call you? Did you just say the entity?
No, I don't think he answered.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. That's ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, MD Parker 4, Chef Francis, Crowman76, Loading Madcat, M. Coling, November Stevenson, Baron Ikanu, and Rosix13. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.